Welcome back to the channel, where we break down the world's best ideas so you can think bigger, act smarter, and live freer. Today's journey is about money, but not in the usual way. It's not about how to get rich quick or how to cut out lattes. It's about something deeper, the mindset behind wealth. And to explore it, we're diving into Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, a book that has shifted the financial thinking of millions. Stick around until the end, because this one might just rewire your brain. So here's the story. Robert Kiyosaki grew up with two father figures. One was his biological father, the poor dad, a highly educated man with a stable job, a strong work ethic, and traditional views about success. The other was the rich dad, his best friend as father, a businessman and investor with little formal education but a deep understanding of how money works. These two men gave Robert very different advice. One said go to school, get good grades, and find a secure job. The other said learn how money works, build assets, and don't trade your time for money forever. And that's where the core of the book begins. The first big idea is this: the rich don't work for money. Now, that sounds like a contradiction, right? Everyone works for money. But what Rich Dad meant was, don't just trade your hours for dollars. Learn how to make money work for you. Most people wake up, go to work, get paid, pay their bills, and repeat. That's the rat race. Rich Dad's approach was different. He focused on building systems, businesses, and investments that earn money whether he worked or not. But how do you do that? That brings us to financial education, another pillar of the book. Rich Dad believed that the most important subject anyone could learn was how money actually works. Not just how to earn it, but how to grow it, protect it, and use it wisely. Unfortunately, traditional schools don't teach this. We learn history, algebra, and literature, but we don't learn about taxes, investing, or assets and liabilities. And that's where most people fall behind. So let's get practical. What's the difference between an asset and a liability? Kiyosaki keeps it simple. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. That's it. Your house might feel like an asset, but if it's costing you money every month in mortgage, taxes, and maintenance without generating income, it's a liability. A rental property that brings in more money than it costs. That's an asset. Stocks that pay dividends, asset. A brand new car bought on credit. Liability. Understanding this difference and making decisions based on it is a major shift in mindset. Another powerful idea from the book is to mind your own business. Even if you have a job, don't just rely on that salary. Build something on the side. Your business might be your investments, a side hustle, a blog, a YouTube channel, whatever helps you grow assets. Poor Dad focused on climbing the corporate ladder. Rich Dad focused on owning the ladder. See the difference? Now, let's talk about fear. One of the main reasons people stay stuck in the rat race is fear of losing money, fear of failure, fear of taking risks. Poor Dad believed in playing it safe. Rich Dad believed that mistakes were part of learning. He saw failures not as the end, but as feedback. And this is a mindset shift that separates wealthy thinkers from the rest. You have to be willing to take calculated risks, to learn from losses, and to keep moving. Then there's the concept of working to learn, not to earn. Kiyosaki says that in the early stages of your career, you should focus less on how much you're making, and more on what skills you're developing. Sales, negotiation, public speaking, marketing, investing, these are the real money skills. Rich Dad encouraged Robert to take jobs that taught him valuable lessons, even if the pay was low. Those skills would eventually lead to much greater income. And here's a twist many people don't think about: the power of corporations. Rich Dad used legal entities like corporations and LLCs to protect his wealth, reduce taxes, and control his money more effectively. Meanwhile, Poor Dad earned a salary, paid a large portion in taxes, and lived on what was left. Learning how the rich use corporate structures legally to their advantage is one of the most eye-opening parts of the book. The book also challenges the idea that your home is your greatest investment, while society often encourages buying a home as a symbol of success. Rich Dad viewed homes as personal expenses unless they were income generating. This was a controversial point when the book was published, but it forced people to rethink traditional financial advice. Another key theme is cash flow. The rich focus on generating passive income, money that comes in regularly without direct effort. That could be rental income, dividends from stocks, royalties from books or music, or profits from a business. Poor Dad worked for earned income, where you exchange time for money. Rich Dad built systems that produced money around the clock. Kiyosaki also emphasizes the importance of taking action. Many people read books, attend seminars, or listen to podcasts, but never actually apply what they learn. Rich Dad's success came from doing the starting businesses, buying property, making investments, learning through experience. If you want to change your financial future, you can't just think about it. You have to act. Now let's slow down and reflect. Why does this book matter so much? It's not because it gives you a step-by-step guide to getting rich. It's because it challenges your thinking. It exposes the invisible rules of money that most people live by, rules that keep them stuck. And it offers a new set of principles. It teaches you that wealth starts not in your bank account, but in your mind. So, where do you start? Begin with awareness. Look at your finances. What are your assets? What are your liabilities? Are you building anything that will make money while you sleep? Are you learning the skills that will increase your value in the world? Are you thinking like an owner or like an employee? Here's the truth: financial freedom is possible, but it won't come from following the crowd. It comes from thinking differently, learning constantly, and taking bold, intentional action. If this video got your wheels turning, do one thing: pick just one idea from this summary and apply it this week. Maybe it's tracking your spending. Maybe it's reading more about assets. Maybe it's starting that side hustle you've been thinking about. Whatever it is, take the first step. And if you found value in this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. We've got more book summaries, big ideas, and tools to level up your thinking coming your way. Thanks for being part of the journey. Until next time, remember, don't just work for money. Make your money work for you.